We are going to walk through how to set up a Google Analytics account. So this assumes you don't have anything set up at all yet. We are starting completely from scratch. I've gone to analytics.google.com in a fresh account, and you will click Start Measuring. At this point, you have to create an account name. So we're just going to call this SiteLogic Demo Account. It's totally up to you what you want to include here in terms of data sharing. What I typically will do will be you probably want to give access if you ever need technical support. You might want recommendations for your business. This is basically just sharing information to help Google. And so usually I'll kind of leave these default ones here. Totally up to you what you want to do. And then it prompts you to set up a property. So think of a property as an individual website. So here you're going to just give it whatever name you want. I'm just going to call this main website. You can call it whatever you want that's useful. You may or may not have multiple websites available. Here, of course, adjust your country and your time zone. I'm here, so I'll choose that, as well as your currency. Currency is most relevant if you are doing any sort of e-commerce activities. We'll hit next. You can choose your industry category. It's a little bit limited here as far as what you can actually choose here. So for now, I'll just put other business activity. Choose your size. Basically what it's trying to do here is when it's thinking about benchmarks and contributing data, it probably helps Google more than anything, honestly. Then here you have the ability to choose, what you want to measure the most in a site. And so based on this, it's going to configure your dashboard. Let's just assume maybe we're in B2B or some sort of professional services where we want to generate leads. I probably want to understand the traffic on the website. I want to see what's happening with users. If you click this, it's going to make you choose some other things. You'll see it unchecks that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do generate leads, understand traffic, view engagement, retention. Let's create. I'm going to have to accept these terms. We'll move forward. Then we have data collection. So one thing about GA4 is it does let you measure both on the web as well as native apps. In this, I'm not going to get into native apps. Most of what I usually talk about is related to web, so we're going to select that. And then you put your actual website. So I'm going to put www.websiteexample.com, and then we have what's called a stream name. Now, if you did have like a native app and a website and you wanted to bring all that data together, that's kind of what these streams are. So far, think about what we've done so far. We have an account, which is the top level. Then within an account, you can have multiple properties. And then within a property, you can actually even have multiple streams. Let's keep this simple though, right? And so we're just going to call this, I might call this actually the stream name websiteexample.com. It doesn't matter what you call this, but usually using the URL I find to be kind of useful. Enhanced measurement is something that is here with GA4 that is trying to help you understand events by default. And so what it does is it, in addition to some basic stuff like page views, it also tries to track, links that are external to your site that go elsewhere, things like form interactions and submissions and file downloads. So overall, it's pretty good about tracking those. Depending on how your forms are actually working on your site, this may or may not work, but it's worth, unless you're planning to do a lot of custom setup, I usually recommend that you keep these here and keep this on. Let's go ahead and create and continue. And then it's going to give you the ability to actually set up a Google tag. Now, I'm not going to do that in this video. I'll do it in another one. There are a couple different routes that you have here. You're going to see that it allows you to set up this Google tag where you can copy this and paste it. If you do know what you're doing, you put it in the head of your website. Or if you're using kind of something like a Squarespace there, it'll help you connect it and you're looking for this ID that you're seeing right here essentially. You also have the ability to use Google Tag Manager. So again, I'll create a separate video for that and this will walk you through it. From there, you'll be able to test your installation to see if you've done it correctly. So this is how you set up a Google account from scratch.